Hello guys and welcome back to Garage Gamers. I am IceCube, this is
Zorbz.
And we are here for another episode talking about video game madness. And today's topic we're going to talk about... What are you doing? We're like recording.
Playing Pokemon Go.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Now?
I'm trying to catch a freaking Pikachu here.
Is there a Pikachu even in the room?
Yeah.
Where? I can't see it.
Oh, goddamn, he's gone. There's a Zubat though. For the 6 millionth time.
Oh, good grief. Okay,
great.
Well, as you guessed, today's topic is this bloody annoying app game called Pokemon Go.
Oh, am I gonna get it?
Why is this game so popular?
2.
Why don't you show people what you're playing?
Yeah! Oh,
And what is that thing? What is it?
I just caught the worst Pokemon, you don't want it. Zubat.
Why do you care?
Pokemon Go, the new fad that everyone's playing. Like literally everyone.
I know it's scary. It's like a zombie apocalypse.
It's crazy.
This is how the world's going to end.
Like,
right?
I'm already on 16, which is probably nothing compared to some person's probably got like 30. But, it is so addictive. So addictive.
So let's get this straight from the start, right? Did you at least like Pokemon when you were little?
I liked Pokemon Blue when I was a kid, when it first came out.
Well, hang on.
Loved it.
What about the cartoon?
Yeah, I liked the cartoon as well when I was a kid.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. I just missed that era. Like I was, my younger sister, who's 3 years younger than me, she's all over this Pokemon Go stuff as well, and she liked watching the cartoon as a kid.
Yeah.
But I just missed it. I was like just a bit too old for it when it came out.
Yeah.
Not that it's stopping the 33-year-olds today that saw it when they were kids. They're not too old for it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked the first Pokemon game, and then I think I got one on the Game Boy Advance, Ruby. Like I sort of had my fill with the Game Boy one, but then I only played 2 Pokemon games, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, and so like it's been seemingly dead for years, but they keep making the games
It's
because
not dead though. It's dead to us, but it's not dead.
it is. It's dead to me.
Japan,
it was dead when it was big. It was dead when in the middle. It was dead now.
In Japan, it's
dead.
an event when a Pokemon game comes out. They go.
But why?
Nuts.
It's not a good show.
I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about the game.
What's so good about the game?
It's
just
like a baby's
stupid
RPG. It's like
little
it's like
rat versus a stupid little bird. And they just like face off and charge each other once every 10 years.
So the first time when it came out, it was something different because it was like, what can I get, and what can you get, and then the whole trading aspect and all that. Like, it was just such a rare occurrence where in a game you didn't know the characters you were going to be using. Like you wouldn't be playing Mario and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I can unlock Wario or something. Like
I know which one I want to use from the start. I want to use the big F-off dragon, bring him out at the beginning and just burn the crap out of all the little shits that come out of the little balls.
You gotta evolve him, you gotta train him, you gotta power him up.
Oh, good God, that sounds tedious.
So anyway, this is like a bare bones edition of Pokemon, which is Pokemon Go. The premise is it uses basically Google Maps. Like it's a really well done Google map looking thing.
It's astounding how successful, just absolutely astounding how successful it is.
And I mean, so I'll just go into general things. So you got like Pokestops, which are little landmarks around that will give you like free items because this is a free to play game, and surprisingly, you don't have to spend any money. It's not that grindy.
What do they charge you for with the money? Is there like there is options to spend money? What can you buy?
You can buy Pokeballs, incense, which attract Pokemon towards you. You can buy, I think like potions, maybe potions. You can buy like items that you can get for free by visiting these landmarks, and there's thousands of landmarks, and you can revisit the same one every 5 minutes. Like so you don't.
And so they come back again. Do they change, mix up, and?
No. The landmarks are always in the same places, but it seems like more and more get added.
How do they work out which Pokemon is where? Is it completely random?
Okay, so it'll give you an idea in an area of Pokemon that are in the area, and then you can select one on the list, and then there's like it's represented with 3 footprints saying it's far away. 2 gets closer, 1 it gets closer, no footprints, it's really close. So it's a bit of like hot, cold, you know that.
Okay.
So you sort of walk, and then when you see that, you know, the footprints are going lower, you're like, okay, I'm in the right direction.
Right.
Then
So
it'll
do you pre-select the one you want to find?
Only out of a list of the ones that are available at that present time.
Right. So where's the best Pokemon right now?
In Australia so far, in New South Wales, Rhodes.
Rhodes is where the best
Rhodes.
Pokemon is. Why Rhodes?
If you look up any news articles, you'll see there was 300 people there the other night.
Oh,
and
good grief.
I was like, okay, why is there so many people there? So there's this thing called a lure, which, you know, you're luring in Pokemon. So
Yeah.
basically you go to a hotspot. So there's incense and then there's lures. Incense is for your own character,
Yeah.
for you to attract Pokemon towards you. A lure is a community thing. So you put a lure on one of these Pokestops.
Yeah.
So say for example, your house was a Pokestop. If
Yeah.
I put a lure on there, anyone who walks past here will get the Pokemon on their screen
If
as
anyone
well.
comes past his house, with the Pokemon,
You can't put a lure
there might
on
be
your
some
house.
domestic violence.
You can't put it. So anyway, so at Rhodes, they've got three Pokestops right next to each other. So people put lures on there, and so the more people that seem to gather around these stops, more rare Pokemon seem to follow.
So
it
that's
seems
why, is
to
that why
work-
they're converging and then hobbling
Yeah.
around like chickens, just
Yeah.
following each other?
It seems to be that the more people are in a concentrated area, the more rare Pokemon.
But then
you
if
get.
you've got a bunch of 100 people, like moving around like God knows what they look like.
Well, no, you don't have to.
But I'm just saying, like, if there's one there, like, and you've got 100 people looking for that one, the first, like, if one person takes that one, does that mean the 99 other people miss out?
No. So with a lure, the whole point of that is you put the lure there, lasts for about 30 minutes, and you can all just sit there. You don't have to walk around because the lure brings the Pokemon to you.
Okay.
So you just sit there, and someone.
So it's not such a fitness game after all.
No, that's you don't get lures like really easy. You got to level up to get them.
Okay,
You get like one.
Can you buy them?
You can buy them.
Awesome. So basically, I could sit on my ass, buy a few lures, and just let the Pokemon come to me.
But they don't come as often as you'd like, and you're most likely going to get the same ones. So it's a rare occasion when something big comes. And so, like, I actually went to Rhodes the other night.
Oh, God.
And
You're one of them.
It is addictive. So, normally on my lunch break, it's like the whole warehouse. We just all go out and we go looking for Pokemon, and it gets us out. You know, it's a bit of fitness. We usually just sit on the internet on our computers all day, so it actually is getting us out.
Alright.
But there's an atmosphere when you go out there.
It's called reality.
And you see hundreds and hundreds of people all doing the same thing. So not only is it like you don't feel like an idiot playing it, like because you kind of do when you're walking down the street and you're just on your phone and everyone's like,
I know nobody walks down the street looking at their phone.
No, but like, you know, and then you're stopping and then starting and then flick, you know, like it's a whole ordeal. But when you see hundreds of people all doing the same thing, it's that sense of community, and you can literally go up to someone and be like, hey, have you caught blah, blah, blah? And they're
Have
like,
you done
"Hey."
that? Have you done that?
Yeah, people have come up to me and said like, oh, have you had any luck? Or people will ask, oh, did you put the lure? And you say, oh, you know, if you did, you say, yeah. And they'll say like, oh, thank you for that. Because they don't have to use theirs. And it's everyone seems to be working towards helping each other out. Like people will be like, oh, did you know if you do this trick?
Why are you helping each other out when you should really be kicking each other's asses with Pokemon, little furry creatures?
Because Pokemon's always been about you want to collect the Pokemon first, train them up, and then once you've got some beefcake Pokemon, then you fight at the gyms.
I see. Right.
So
So everyone's still kind of training level.
Yeah, like there's gyms that you can take over and you can fight and battle so far. But
Really? So you can just go to like a gym, like the UFC gym, and just
Not a
do
real
poker
gym.
battles. I'm
Not
sure
a real
they'd
gym.
love it if you all went in there.
Just going. So gyms are few and far between. There's like some hot spots where they are. It's just like the locations, but for whatever reason, it might be like Town Hall Station could be a Pokemon gym there.
Right. Okay. On the tracks. Hopefully.
On the tracks.
Yeah.
No.
Good. Okay.
But for example, it could be there, and then you have 3 teams. So you select your team when you're starting out.
Okay.
Mystic, the red one, and the yellow one. I'm the blue one, which is Mystic. So clearly, I don't give a crap about the other 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can either help those people on your team, or if they're the opposite team, you can take it back. It's like capture the flag sort of thing.
Okay, so are you at that stage yet where you're...
I'm...
Or are you still building up?
I'm still building up. I feel like there's people that are just literally playing it every day.
You said you had 16?
Level 16.
Level 6? I think you meant you had 16 Pokemon.
No, I have 80 Pokemon.
You got 80 Pokemon?
Yeah, out of 150, so I'm
what's the point of leveling? What are you leveling, yourself? Or
you level the Pokemon up to beef them up, to get their XP and their...
And they all go up at the same level?
No, you focus on one, so...
Oh, you got one, okay, you got one main one that's level 16.
No. My character is level 16.
Right.
And when that increases, you get better Pokeballs, you get more items, you unlock different things. You unlock also more rare Pokemon will start coming to you the higher level you are. There'll be stronger levels as well.
Okay.
Lots of different things. Like,
are you level 16 in real life too?
No, I'm actually level 29. 29 at the moment. Okay. Nearly 30, which is scary.
Doing good.
So the cool thing I think about this is no one really knew what it was when it first came out. You knew that you were going to catch Pokemon, but you didn't know how anything worked. There was no instructions. You just turned it on and you pick people didn't even know how to get their first Pokemon, because the 3 starters appeared. And people just thought, I can just catch all of these. But you choose one.
Next question. Why do people copy each other like sheep?
I think Pokemon, because it's the original 150, I think it's that nostalgia thing. Because it has been long enough that I was in primary school when I played that.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked nostalgia, and we were talking about that in our NES article recently. But Pokemon, it hasn't stopped since that time. And you kind of wish it would just die, and it just has now gotten stronger, and it's just gone the wrong way. All our hard work is just gone to square one again.
Well, because it's 150 original, I know those ones, so I'm interested and invested, and I feel like majority of people are as well. When it starts getting, if they introduce the newer ones, I might be like, who are these? Like, I won't have that connection to them. But for now, they've done the right thing by.
Yeah, I can relate to that nostalgia thing. Like there's like other cartoons in my life where I kind of I recognize the original characters, and when they start evolving and changing stuff, it just got worse.
Yeah.
Good example is Transformers. The original Transformers were amazing. As soon as they evolved it to this other nonsense, it just turned rubbish. So I can relate to that. Yeah.
And so I feel like the fact that there was no real instructions got people interacting, and it's weird because it's kind of like a fitness and a social app as well as a game, because you go out there and so many random people you talk to.
How much walking are you really doing?
Quite a bit. I mean,
how often are these? How spaced out are these little hubs you're talking about?
Well, they're
like a block.
Yeah.
2 blocks.
Yeah, I mean, there's concentrated areas where they're pretty close by, but then there's some where there's extended periods where there's not, and different Pokemon are in different areas. So you're not going to walk from here to the city and have the same stuff. Like, there'll be different per area. Okay.
I heard some people
get some fitness in there.
I heard some people found their way into a bikie club. Looking for this.
Yes, they did.
Did you find your way there as well?
No,
because I thought
no.
if you did, like, and they got themselves in trouble, I just join the bikie side and just start bashing the kids. Like, you got the beard for it, man. You could probably do it. You'd be alright. They'll think you're one of them. You know, they might get confused.
Well, we're going to talk about some of the crazy instances. I'm going to tell some of these stories of what has happened. Right. But back to the game. So, very social. Do you remember as a kid when you used to go outside and actually play, not inside?
What's play outside mean?
Remember those days where you actually like went to the park and played soccer or football or something with your mates?
No.
Yeah,
no.
Nigel over here.
No.
Well, okay. So back when we were kids, you actually could go outside without the fear of being raped. Or abducted.
No comment to that.
Or abducted.
This game now makes all that perfectly safe.
No. So, I feel like back in the day, like, we used to, like, my parents used to just be like, yeah, like, I'd be like, Mum, I'm going to the park with my friends. I was probably 8. And they'd be like, okay, fine, no worries. These days, it's like, you know, you see people like, oh, the kids can't even walk outside in the front yard because they're worried about their kids getting kidnapped or attacked, or everything's just so like everyone's inside now. Everyone's like on their phone inside. They don't socialize as much unless you're in the city. Or
if only we had like a portable console. If only Nintendo thought of a portable console, or Sony maybe. Like if only they thought of it.
Everyone's got a phone. Everyone's got a phone. So that's why it attracts so many people. It's free. You see other people playing it and you're like, well, it's free, I might as well give it a go. You don't have to buy any hardware. You don't have to pay for the game. You give it a go. If it gets its hooks in you and you see everyone else playing, you go, okay, well, why do they enjoy it? It's going to get you too.
Well, that kind of goes back to my other question. Like, I mean, there's a lot of free-to-play games out there on mobile phones that people could be picking up and playing, but they see other people doing it and they just decide to copy them. Why do you think people would do that by habit?
What, play free-to-play or just
only get interested in something because they see someone else is doing it?
Because, again, it's the social aspect. Because if I come into work and there's 15 people at work all talking about the same thing and I don't know about it, I can't be part of that conversation. Yeah. It's like Game of Thrones. Like, we all love Game of Thrones. If you went into work and everyone's talking about Game of Thrones and you don't watch it, what are you going to have to add to the combo?
Yeah.
So it's about socializing and
peer pressure.
No one. Who's ever come up to me like, you better play Pokemon Go? Yeah.
Those nerds can get pretty aggressive.
No, but so it's good for fitness. It's good for socializing, meeting new people. I mean, they have events already. It's crazy. I wouldn't go that overboard, but it's kind of nice to be outside on an evening at like 8 o'clock at night, you know, at your local park, and there's people actually there. Because you know how many times I go past on my way home and the park is dead. There's no one there.
Excellent free space to just sit down and just enjoy
and potentially get attacked.
Personal space.
That's the thing.
You're pretty worried about getting attacked in public space.
But that's,
maybe you should stay inside.
That's the thing. Like, oh, I'm going to get into a story about this later as well. There's so many stories. But, you know, it's that sense of community where everyone's doing the same thing, so it feels nice to be outside with everyone doing the same thing. You feel comfortable, you're all enjoying it.
Where's the individuality? There's no individuality. It's all just people copying each other. This is why I keep coming back to this point.
Copying? It's a game.
It's just...
What, do you have a problem with everyone playing Dark Souls?
The world's turning into sheep.
Yeah, but it's like
zombies.
It's like any game that comes out that's good, we all play it.
Yeah, true, but this one's shit. So
have you played it?
No.
Oh!
Just because he can just... Okay, fine. He's got me there. I'm a true believer of, you know, you got to give it a go before you can.
Yeah.
So
well, I would recommend people give it a go. But let's go into some stories now.
All right. Keep an eye on the time, though.
have you heard any interesting ones apart from the bikie gang one?
Yes. No, you better just tell them.
All right. Okay. So these are great. So one girl in America deciding to play. She's just on her GPS and she's like, "Oh, there's a lake up ahead. I'm gonna go see if there's any Pokemon there." She walks up. Oh, look, there's a dead body in the lake.
Oh, I heard this one, yeah.
There you go. So Pokemon Go, helping to solve crimes.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, maybe that's...
so that was an interesting one.
Yeah.
Okay, so another one is there's the...
Was there a Pikachu on the dead body by any chance?
I don't know. That would be funny if she actually stood there and was like, oh, I better catch that. Another one is...
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing about that.
Yeah, poor guy.
Undo. Where's the undo button?
So the lures lure Pokemon, but as we've noticed, if you put a lure down, people come. So a friend of mine and me, we went to a park, put a lure down, all of a sudden 10 cars showed up and they all got out of their car and they were all playing Pokemon because they all want them. So
perfectly safe.
People in America thought, we're going to use this. So they put a lure in a remote town, I guess it was a small population, put a lure, one guy shows up, bang, they mug him. So it's like luring people to mug them.
That guy's got the right idea.
So that brings me on to this next one. In apparently San Francisco, there are ads going up for bodyguards. So people will be your bodyguard while you go Pokemon hunting.
That's a cool business idea right there.
So there you go, making money.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Another one is apparently parks are getting street vendors, like, you know, selling food and drinks. more business for local people there. You know, one of those food trucks that always go around. That'd be perfect. I'm thinking about.
So just staying on this theme. Like, if they do that, is there just one lure there for representing the entire park, or is there multiple lures?
Yeah, you can put multiple
in the one park.
Well, it depends on the park. So if the park has a few landmarks, which is usually like a sign, like it'll be like Ford Park, that'll be a landmark.
And do they usually, is that where they usually have the...
You put a lure on these landmarks.
Oh,
so
I
if
see,
there's
right,
5
okay.
landmarks, you can put one on each of them. If there's... Usually what you want is 2 or 3 close together, because that way you're getting Pokemon coming at each lure, and you don't have to move. You literally just stand there, and the Pokemon just come to you. So it's select areas that have that concentrated, you know, that concentrated area where you can get all these Pokemon and level up and all that.
So, and when they come to you, do they come at you really quickly, and or like do you just so
your phone
slowly see them and you just go, I'll have that one.
No, so what happens is
I'll have that
it's
one.
just your character on a screen, and you can see the landmarks, and a lure is represented by like these like petal things falling everywhere. It's just bright and colourful, so you can see it. And your phone will vibrate, and a little Pokemon, the actual character, will just appear on your screen.
Yeah.
And you just click on him. Yeah. And then he'll appear, and then that's when you go into throwing your Pokeballs at it and trying to catch it.
Oh, so that's what they mean when you have to catch it.
Yeah, you've actually got to swipe it and like fling the ball at it, and then it can jump out. So you've got to like try and use like a little berry to entice it, and then throw a better ball, or there's all little tactics. You can curve ball it.
Since it's like it uses like the real camera, augmented reality.
I don't personally use that because that annoys me.
So what? So have you ever tried like holding the augmented reality camera and just trying to kick it and see what happens?
Nothing would happen. Your foot would probably just go through it.
That would suck. See, if they want realism, you should be able to do that, and that'd be really hilarious watching everyone run after the flying Pikachu that's getting kicked like a football in the distance.
Well, I mean, if you want some realism, go look up NSFW subreddit for Pokemon Go.
Oh, okay. Can we talk about that one on this?
Yeah. So people have been getting the Pokemon Diglett, pulling their pants down, taking a photo, and replacing their junk with a Diglett, and posting it on Reddit.
I can only imagine what a Diglett is. I have no idea.
It looks like...
Is it what it sounds like?
Yeah. Yep.
Right,
looks like your schlong. So,
so small then.
Well, it is pretty small, so yeah. But they do come in different sizes, so there you go. And people have been
that reality.
People have been doing some weird photos. I mean, there's some funny ones, like, you know, you'll see your friend, like, you know, at work, and he's on his computer, and there's just a Pokemon sitting on his shoulder or something. And you're like, oh, you're Pikachu on your shoulder. But then there's some more...
Comic genius.
There's some more impressive ones where people, you know, take some funny photos and some, you know, a bit naughty photos.
Yeah, okay. So you catch the Pokemon, you choose one that you want to make your main one, and you level it up.
You can level up whoever you want.
How do they level? So they're all level 0 when you find them, is that right?
No. They could be whatever. They could be really
strong. It's got a level cap?
No, not really. Not that I know of. Not that I know of yet. But that's the thing. So if you go to any Pokemon stop and just say Bulbasaur appears, you can get him and I can get him, but he won't be the exact same level. So I might get a really strong one, you might get a weak one.
Oh.
I might get one with a different move, you get one.
Oh, so they don't have the designated moves?
So they've got certain moves within that character, but you can get slight differences. So there is variations. It's not like everyone gets the exact same thing. So you might get an awesome, overpowered one, whereas you might get like the absolute weakest one. So that's the kind of cool thing.
So you know how when some people play video games, they get a bit aggressive because they don't, you know, they can't beat the game. It's very difficult, you know. Think Dark Souls or some of those. So have you seen anyone get really aggressive with this and just like throw their phone at somebody's face?
Well, there's gym battles that happen, but I haven't seen anyone actually have a fight. I haven't read anyone having a fight. I mean,
you haven't seen it?
I can believe that there would be.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could argue that you were just trying to throw the Pokeball and trying to catch him or something. You just happened to throw the phone.
Yeah, and you were only saying, you know, I can't even say
it's not an angry game though, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
but if you were swearing and throwing it at them, I guess that would you'd just be like, oh, I was angry because my phone slipped.
But it sounds like it'd be difficult to get angry with this game.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, there's no cheating. There's no way you can cheat. You can't cheat to win.
No, but I mean,
here's a good thing though. You can't level up your Pokemon by buying stuff, which is very smart on their way.
Of course, but like everyone knows that's a dodgy thing for free-to-play games to do, so they avoid it. They know to avoid it these days. So
yeah, so I'm glad that they do
pay-to-win strategy.
Yeah, there's no real pay-to-win. I mean, there's pay to. I mean, as I said, you can buy Pokeballs and stuff that you can get for free. I find that that's mainly for people that aren't near a lot of these Pokestops, or someone who just can't get out and about with a car. Like,
is there one Pokemon character in the whole series that just kicks everybody's butt?
No, not really.
Okay, so there's not just one victory one, which is just like...
Nah. They've all got like weaknesses and strengths.
Okay, so there's quite a balance there.
Yeah, there's a good balance. So if someone's the gym leader and they're a fire Pokemon, well, what puts out fire? Water. So you got a water Pokemon, you're going to smash them.
Okay.
But if you're like a really weak level, they're still going to beat you.
Alright.
So there's some balancing and stuff. So pretty good.
So does that cover everything from your perspective of Pokemon Go?
Yeah, I think there's so many funny stories and so much mystery about the game because no one really knows still everything about it. So there's still more to learn about it. Not every Pokemon has been caught and found yet. Some Pokemon seem to be exclusive to different continents as well. So for Australia, we've got Kangaskhan, whereas in England, they've got Mr. Mime in Europe as well. They got it. So it's interesting to see, like, is someone actually going to go overseas just to catch all of them? Like, is that actually going to happen?
It sounds like it's already happened. It's already happening, if I had to guess. With
like, I'm waiting for someone to say, I've got all of them. It hasn't happened yet, I don't think.
Well, that'd take a lot of travelling. A lot of money. Well, thank you very much for that, Zorbz. That was very educational. I learned that I'm glad that I haven't got Pokemon Go, and I think I'm going to keep it that way, but that's okay. Each to their own. Have fun with it. Enjoy.
Comment about how much he sucks that he's not playing it.
No, comment about how awesome it is that I've resisted this whole fad and keeping myself sane at the same time. So
just a random comment off topic, not even about games. I watched the new Ghostbusters. Actually pretty good.
I watched it as well. Random comment. I don't know why we're throwing this in this episode.
Because just like Pokemon Go, you thought it was going to be terrible. I thought it was going to be terrible. Turned out good.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. The jokes were pretty bad. It was
good.
It wasn't. Yeah. Look, I put it in. You saw I put a Facebook comment on this, and I said it was a watchable film. But I think, not.
It's not as bad as we thought it would be.
Yeah, I'll give it that much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that strange, unusual twist of a note, we're going to finish up there. Thank you very much for watching. Do you want to close off the episode?
Yeah, the cat's had enough of this.
The cat's getting out of there.
She's just like, nah, stuff this. So, follow us at www.gamebug.com.au. Go there, check out all the articles, the videos, the features, every damn thing!
Lots of great stuff on there.
Lots of great
stuff. A lot of crap as well.
Yeah.
But it's alright.
You can even tell who I am because my little emoji thing is actually me.
That's true, yeah. He's the only guy we haven't been asked to do an animation for. One day.
We've got our YouTube channel, which you are most likely watching this on. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Something you're about to die there. You're
I don't know. I think I'm getting reflux. Follow us on all the social media and comment. Give us suggestions on what you want us to talk about. I mean, we'd always like that.
If we get something non-Nintendo for a while, that'd be great. I think we just so much Nintendo.
Nintendo's
lately.
Killing it lately.
I know, like
really
it's like a saving. It's like an ace card from the god of games that's just giving a little leg up. Here you go. The new Nintendo console, which is selling like crazy, as in the little compact one that we did last episode, and Pokemon Go, which has gone nuts.
They didn't make Pokemon Go. They own 33% of the Pokemon company that helped make the game with Niantic. So anyway, they're still getting some sort of money out of it.
That's a big chunk of money still.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So follow us on everything. Give us suggestions, like, comment, whatever you want to do. Subscribe. Thank you. I'm Zorbz. This is...
IceCube.
Woo! Bye!